What's up, my fellow gaming nerds? Gaming Seth here. Today, I got another video for you. We are going to be going through a tutorial on creating a livery for any car in GT Sport, or using ones that another user has already created for you. The main thing is I'm going to be going through everything from the picking out of the decals that are already existing, how to incorporate them into something you want. There's quite a few steps. So here we are in the discover page. This is where you can search for anything. It could be escapes, which are just the pictures that other people post. In this case, I'm scrolling through my decals that other people have uploaded. You can search for anything and everything. So in this particular case, if you're looking for something specific, I suggest going up to the search section and you can type in as many of those tags as you need, uh, mainly just to kind of narrow the search. Sometimes, like for example, if I was just to type in USA, I'd get a crap ton of stuff. But if I search USA flag, it's going to be a lot more narrow. So this is kind of a quick and easy way where you don't have to take time to create something that another user has already made, which is pretty fantastic and very much time saving. So in this particular case, I'm just looking for the flag. If you go to add um, to the collection, that will put it, I guess, in your library is what you can call it. The one thing to remember about this, some people really dedicate themselves in creating awesome decals and liveries. Please don't forget to like and repost, maybe even leave a little thank you comment or something of the sort. I don't know. Anyway, so in this screen, you'll see that we can either open or create a new one. If I go to the open and kind of scroll through, you can see all the different ones I've done. Just because you don't see one here doesn't mean it doesn't exist. If I click on my Aston Martin, for example, it opens up all of the liveries I have for it. The only reason it doesn't show up on the previous page is because I currently have the equipped one. Um, anyway, so you can duplicate any of these to make it easier instead of having to start from fresh. And yeah, that's basically about it. For this one, I'm looking for my Raptor, and we're gonna be doing a Border Patrol livery on this bad boy. This is the screen you get. It's the exact same everywhere. I always try and start off in the paint section, the main thing being that it gives me a chance to kind of uniformly make it the color I need without having to add a bunch of panels and decals and covering each section of the truck. This is a pretty easy way, especially if you're only looking to change the color of your vehicle. The really cool thing about this is you can completely customize the colors, as I showed there. The other cool part is you have custom colors which you can buy at the mileage exchange, and these range from super like matte colors to chrome finishes, uh, flakes, all sort of all metallic and pearl finishes, and then they also throw in every now and again a few of the iconic colors. Those do update every Tuesday, so if you're looking for new colors, that's the time to go check it out. So here you can see, you can choose, if you choose one from the color wheel, then you can actually select a different kind of finish. So in this particular case, I'm just doing a solid, which is just gloss and really nothing else. The options after you first paint is you actually can go through and select specific parts of the truck that you want to color differently. Again, this is just a time saver. It's not, you don't need to do it. You can cover, paint, and color any of these parts in the decal section, but this is just kind of a time saver where now you don't have to worry about it. For example, in this case, if I was going to do the fender flares and the grill in black and the bumpers, now it's already done for me. I don't have to create any panels for that. So yeah, that's quick and easy, pretty awesome. Here, if we just go back to the main screen, you can scoot over to the wheel section. You can customize the wheels. You can choose new wheels. You can change the sizes on the majority of the wheels. You can also paint them regardless of what color they come in. And you'll see here there's some that are not available. That's just certain wheels are only available under certain cars, and that's because of the lug pattern. Nothing crazy, it's just how the game is. There are a few that, strangely enough, are not available, but it is what it is. So if you scroll over to the right, you'll see the paint option there, and basically it's very similar to painting the car. You can choose the specialty colors that are again available at the mileage exchange, or you can customize your own color, or you can choose one from the preset uh, color wheel. So makes it pretty easy once again to customize the wheels. There's no option that I know of for two-tone, so that's the only downside to this. If we go over here to the racing items, this is actually a pretty cool section if you're interested. It gives you the options to add the banners on the windshields. You can have a couple different colors. There's your racer name. The also gives you a couple colors. You can choose custom numbers. You can choose number types. In this case, the headlight covers, which are not available on this. I do believe they're available on all of the GR cars, so any racing cars. Now on to the decal section. Finally, all right. So this is my favorite part of customizing my liveries and creating some cool designs. I mainly focus on replica stuff, so I like recreating real life versions of cars or trucks. So it's not for everyone. If you really like creating some really awesome, crazy designs, this is the perfect opportunity because it's the pretty powerful tool and you can really, really come up with some awesome stuff. So, anyways, let's jump into it and hopefully you learn a thing or two. So if we go to add a layer is basically where you're going to start. You can choose really any side or angle that you want to apply a decal or a logo or whatever it may be. It gives you pretty broad options. The two different types of options that you can do is actually just apply it to the surface as shown. The other option is to actually play with the camera angles. This basically will project a decal or logo or image or number, whatever it may be, onto the vehicle at the specific angle that you specify. So it's really cool whenever you want something to look either distorted or to look straight or at an angle or curved from certain angles. Now, if you're just looking to add a shape, in our case, the Border Patrol one, there's no need to have something specific. You can just go choose a generic shape from the Gran Turismo library and pick the colors that you need to make it happen. In this case, we might play with a few different shades of green to see which one fits best, but basically there's no need to create a decal. So basically you can distort the generic actually any decal, but the generic ones are super easy. The main things in this case, the Border Patrol has that angled stripe on the door. I just kind of wanted to distort it to make it as natural looking, if you will. You don't need to do this by any means. Everyone has their own methods. This is just really more to show the capabilities that the software has. In this case, it was at an angle. I basically distorted it to be at an angle, and that was really the gist. Like I said, I kind of picked this livery because it's a pretty straightforward, fairly simple one. I didn't have to get too crazy with modifying the paint job on the truck, so that was kind of cool. But anyways, back to it. So this is basically, you'll see you can widen it, you can narrow it, you can distort it, you can angle it, you can stretch it out, you can make it thicker, shorter, really anything to suit your needs. One of the coolest things is, in order to avoid having to do the exact same thing on the other side and having it not line up, you can actually duplicate. But not only that, you can actually duplicate it to mirror the image. So in this case, if I copy it over, it puts it exactly at the same angle, same placement, everything as the original. If, again, it's up to you. If you want to do it the other way, manually, you can obviously do that. This is just a pretty quick way to get it done. Anyway, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to time lapse part of this video and just kind of stop at certain points where there's something useful to explain or show, and we'll go from there. So enjoy our Border Patrol livery. So I just wanted to show you really quick, I'm adding someone else's decal that they uploaded for us. This is the library that I was telling you about. When you add to collection, it goes to this kind of bucket, this generic bucket of all the decals and emblems and whatnot that you choose. This is where, unless you delete or add them onto a favorites folder, this is where all of them will be. So in this case, the uploader of this particular decal allowed us to edit, and so I'm able to expand it, I'm able to change the colors, I'm able to flip it, all that good stuff. So now for the color, one of the really cool things about this is it actually saves the previously used colors. Obviously there's so many variations in color, so you don't get confused. Really easy to scroll all the way down and pick the correct green. Obviously now I want to change the green, but anyways, you get the gist of it. So now that your livery is done, you want to save it. So you can go all over to the right, hit save, rename it, whatever you want to name it, and click on the save button. It will now be stored onto your library. This part is pretty crucial. The main thing to remember here is if you apply the livery now, it'll apply it to the truck you have or the car you have. If you choose not to, it doesn't make a difference as far as the creation of it. The main thing to remember is you have to hit yes on this screen for you to be able to apply it to any vehicle. That's the main thing to remember. If you want to share it, you also get that option to do it. Um, if for whatever reason you're clicking through and you hit OK and it doesn't share, then it doesn't matter. You can still go into your library and post it or share it that way. So, same steps, same window, everything's identical, just different screen. Anyways, guys, that is the end of the livery tutorial. There you have it. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe and hit the like button if at all you found this video in the least bit helpful.